largest invasion in history. To counter Hitler's defenses, the Allies drafted a collection of eccentric inventors and mavericks to produce a new breed of top-secret armory. Then, on a single day, June 6, 1944, 200,000 Allied troops descended on the beaches of Normandy. A definitive triumph that came at a tragic cost.
There were dead people everywhere. They're floating in the water. The tides are turning them over.
This was Operation Overlord. This was D-Day. With less than 6 months to go, the plans for the beach assault were handed a last-minute bombshell. Aerial surveillance had revealed a potentially devastating hurdle. Patches of clay and peat on the target beaches. Would this soft earth support the weight of a tank?
In the case of the Normandy beaches, the one thing that couldn't be detected by perfectly ordinary means was the beach bearing capacity, which was critical for heavy vehicles, particularly medium guns with single rear wheels, which the British had.
But there was someone who knew all about how much weight a beach could bear. One of the greatest British sports heroes of all time.
On land, Speed King Sir Malcolm Campbell in the famous Bluebird, screaming along the sands at Daytona Beach.
Major, as he then was, Sir Malcolm Campbell, had won the world land speed record on Daytona Beach.
In his fastest run through a measured mile, Sir Malcolm averaged 276.8 miles an hour, nearly 5 miles an hour better than his previous record.
His knowledge of beach bearing capacities was considerable. He had worked out that if you had 14 inches of sand above clay, then things would be all right.
Campbell had developed a special device to test the depth of the sand to make sure it could bear the weight of his land speeder.
I don't know if you remember pogo sticks. There were things you used to bounce about on, and it looked exactly like one of those, except it was all metal, and it had a spike in the middle, which you ratcheted up against a very strong spring, and then you could discharge it into the sand, and it went off with the noise of an anti-tank rifle.
The pogo stick would be too noisy, so a silent boring device was developed to take sand and soil samples from the D-Day beaches. The Major and his trusted sidekick, Sergeant Bruce Ogden Smith, would be sent out on one last nighttime sortie across the Channel. It was set for New Year's Eve.
Churchill said, oh, well, the Germans will all be celebrating. It's a good time to do it. And so, as he'd said it, we went and did it. We were being careful and crawling on our tummies. A sentry put a powerful searchlight on us. And so we lay dead still with our heads down. And he kept it on us for quite some time. And after a while he got bored and turned it off.
While a boat waited for them out in the darkness, they took 12 sand samples from the beach as quickly as they could.
We knew where we'd taken them from because we did a sort of W pattern. We crawled back out and in and out and in again. And we had difficulty swimming back out because it was rising force 5, which is quite a blow. I swam a bit harder than Bruce Ogden Smith, and he started yelling. And so I swam back to him, thinking that he was in trouble, got cramp or hole in his suit and was no longer buoyant or something like that. And all the silly so-and-so was doing was saying Happy New Year. I didn't Happy New Year back to him, I can tell you, immediately. But then I relented and did. I said, swim, you so-and-so.
The evaluation of the samples confirmed that under the sand, great sections of the beaches were made of soft blue clay. Percy Hobart's team of inventors had only a few weeks to devise a solution. They made up long stretches of canvas matting to redistribute the weight of heavy armor. But how could it be unrolled on the beach under enemy fire?
For that, we needed a bobbin tank to lay a carpet. It wasn't a red carpet. The tank moved forward over the top of it, unrolling the carpet as it went. And that enabled tanks and wheeled vehicles to cross the soft patches of clay.
Every known obstacle designed by the Germans now had a countermeasure.
你是晚睡的夜猫族。